So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The World Through My Eyes. I trust that we had a good week. Even in these trying times, we must always find time to count on blessings. Any day above the ground is a good day. I want to take time out to acknowledge the many friends and well-wishers who have contacted me personally to give their views and personal take on the new venture, which is this channel. Thank you very much for your feedback. I would tell you to post your comments on the channel, but folks, not all my friends can post their comments, on the channel. Some of these are friends that you and I have some of the same kind of friends, the ride or die friends. You know them, the ones that you went to school with, the ones that take your house as a personal supermarket, restaurant, and hotel. The kind of friend that knows all your worldly secrets and will call at 2 a.m. because, well, yeah, we know you're still up. The kind that when your favorite shoes or shirt goes missing, yeah, you know those friends, right? If you're a real human, you will have them. If you don't, you don't start living it. So you're doing something wrong. So anyway, as friends, these type of friends, we have our own special way of communicating with each other. And I am not so sure that some of their way of expressing themselves would meet YouTube standards of decency, decorum, and dare I say it, PG-13 rating. So if you don't see their comments on the channel, down the bottom where the comments go, yeah. Don't worry, I have heard from them, and I just want to say thank you, thanks to them for their support and their inspiration. To my more Christian friends, please, I also welcome your comments. You can post them in the comment section below. And always remember, don't just watch, but click on the like and on the subscribe button and share with your friends. This week, I want to introduce kind of a new feature. Well, it's a new feature. I will be introducing maybe a new book or a new website or some new technology for you to check out. Could be anything, just stuff that I like and I think that you might like too. Now, if you don't know by now, I read a lot. Stuff posts on the internet, stuff that are written in plain old paper, like books. And I just recently got this book. Well, kind of have it for some time now, but it's kind of recent. My kind of recent. It's called The Worlds at War. It looks at the 2,500-year struggle between East and West, Eastern Middle East, and the Western world, Europe, the Americas. Looks at the religious conflicts and the political conflicts over the past 2,500 years. It makes very interesting reading for those of us who still read things written in paper. It's on Amazon. It's $20. It's also available on Kindle, on Audible, and I don't know what else. And it's a little less than 600 pages. It's actually 600 or something pages, but they have references, index, and all that. So the real actual reading part of it is about 500 pages. But like I said, it makes interesting reading. And if you like myself, try to be a knowledgeable, well-rounded individual, then reading maketh the man. Yes. So, what are we going to talk about this evening? Oh, yeah. Last week, we posted our first video. And in that video, I waded into the controversy about the billionaire Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX fame. You know, that very rich gentleman. He and his girlfriend had a new baby. And as you know by now, if you've been keeping up with current affairs and you watch my last video, they have some letters of the alphabet that they have been thinking of naming the child X, A, E, 12, something, whatever, you know. And in my video last week, I admonished the couple that they should reconsider the name that they were planning on giving their baby. Well, since that time, I have noticed that a lot of people have also waded into the controversy, including celebrities of Hollywood fame. Master P, I think Raven Simone, and some more people. But Hollywood people, you know. And if you watch entertainment television, ETV, on Fox Celebrity Watch Party, it was supposed to be broadcast Thursday night, May the 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to post a link down below so that if you want to check out the video. But in the video, different celebrities were giving their opinion on what they think about the name that Mr. Musk and his girlfriend was giving his baby. So you can check it out. But the other thing that I wanted to point out about last week's video is that YouTube, my first video, YouTube, I don't know, the algorithm or whatever it is, they have taken the video. And when you go into YouTube, well, at least from my perspective, my video is right there in the set of videos, all those videos that have to do with Mr. Musk. Yep, there is my video. So yeah, it's right up there with all the trending videos. So thank you, YouTube. Yeah, real nice. So without much further ado, tonight I want to talk to us about some serious stuff. Yeah, serious stuff. About our new normal, living with Corona, our new normal. That's what I want to talk about. Now, listen, I am the first person to tell you that I don't want to hear anything more about Corona. But I want to talk about something else, apart from how many people have died, whether or not the government is right or wrong, or the scientists are right or wrong. Something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about life after Corona, living with Corona, you know, in the news, everywhere you look, it's all Corona, Corona, Corona. But the sad thing is that it is our new normal. And whether you want to accept it or not, it is right up there with all the bad things that we have to accept. Death, taxes, politics, stupid people, and yeah, bad drivers. It's our new reality. It's what we have to live with. Why do I say it is our new reality? It is our new reality. In case you haven't been paying attention, it is. It is obviously our new reality. And it is our new reality because as a people, we are our worst enemies. We have filthy habits. We eat filthy food. We elect incompetent leaders, and we are destructive in our ways. We have one home, planet Earth. Yeah? The only way off this planet is through death. No spaceship is coming to rescue us. We don't have an alternate planet to escape to. Yet we treat this one, the big blue paradise that we call Earth, with scant disregard and utter disdain. Yeah, we cut down the trees, we dump our garbage anywhere, we pollute the air and the waterways, and we just don't care about nature. Well, whether you want to accept it or not, either because of your religious persuasion or you're a climate denier, or dare I say it, just plain stupid, Mother Nature has feelings. And we have hurt those feelings badly. And like any living, breathing organism, it either dies or it defends itself. What do you do if somebody attacks you and you're in a position to defend yourself? You defend yourself. Question: how long do you think we were going to get away with this wholesale rape of nature and not pay the price? How long did you think it was going to continue before Mother Nature fought back? How long did you think we were going to venture into the deep recesses of the jungles and the caves where Mother Nature kept her deepest, darkest, and perhaps most dangerous secrets locked away from us, for good reasons? You see, we have upset the balance of nature, and now we have to pay the consequences. You know, quite frankly, there are some things that we need to leave alone. There are some things that should not be food, and there are some creatures that should not be pets. You know them. You watch the news, you see all the things that stupid people do with animals that were never meant to be amongst the human population, certainly not around kids, and definitely not for food. But like I said, human beings. So we don't leave well enough alone. And so we went into the dark woods, and something followed us home. And now we have to live with it. You know, for those of you who watch horror movies, that movie genre, yep, see that part in the movie where that old cabin in the woods, run down, probably a signpost up, danger, keep out, do not enter, and somebody goes venturing into it, head back home. They think they're alone and something follows them home. So here we are with our new normal, SARS COVID-19, aka coronavirus, aka COVID-19, our new normal. So we now have to live with it. And how are we going to live with it? First thing first, we have to accept that this is our fault. I'm not taking myself out of it. We have to accept that this is our fault. First rule of rehabilitation, whether you're alcoholic, taking drugs, or whatever rehab situation you might find yourself in, first rule is acceptance. Accept that it is our fault. Accept and acknowledge we have a problem and we did this. Secondly, understand that we are responsible for our own safety. You see, folks, it was easy to get rid of this deadly virus. All we had to do was get everybody to isolate themselves for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, stop all movement of people. Those who got sick, we provided treatment and support as best as possible. Since the virus is spread through human to human contact and it can only survive so long without a host and surfaces like rails, doorknobs, and whatever it is, then the virus would have died a natural death. Simple science. It didn't take any fancy equation or use of a supercomputer to figure it out. Just separate humans from each other for a while. Virus died. But as long as people continue to travel, shop, go to the beaches, coronavirus continue to jump from one human to the next, to the next, to the next. News reports talk about churches that were still being held, parties that were being held, people were still on the beach. I drive around, I drive through the neighborhoods, I see people congregating at the place that they sell alcoholic beverages. Not a mask, no social distancing, nothing. Our habits cause this. It's simple. No human host, no virus, virus dead. But we are too indisciplined for our own good. So here we are. The virus will continue to spread amongst the human population with no cure or no vaccine yet identified. Let me say that again. The virus will continue to spread through the human population until we can find a cure or a vaccine. A normal vaccine takes almost 10 years from concept to incubation to human trials to all the fancy things that scientists have to do. Normally 10 years for a new virus. Coronavirus is a new virus. The good thing about what's happening now is that all the people who are normally involved in creating vaccines and medicines against viruses used to work as separate entities. There's an unprecedented collaboration amongst the various bodies and pharmaceutical companies to come up with a cure or a vaccine for this. You know, the shortest time frame from what the scientists do. Forget what the politician says next week. Yeah, we're getting it next week. Don't listen to that one. The scientists, the people who are actually doing the work in the lab, mixing, trying, 18 months. We're not halfway there yet. So we have a long way to go. So Corona is the new normal. It's a new normal because places are starting to reopen. People are going back to their normal activity. So yeah, this is the new dispensation. And what I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that in this new paradigm, this new dispensation, you are responsible for you. Not government, not family, not your friends, you. You have to understand that every decision you make from here on in is on you. Life or death, you. Yeah, let me explain something to you folks. Some people get corona and they survive. Yeah, happy for them. Some, like the 316,671, as at the time that I'm making this video, they died. They didn't make it. 300,000. Now, in terms of the whole population, China has 1 point something billion, India has 1 point something billion, United States have 300 and something million. So pales in comparison to the population of the earth. Really? Seriously? You want to go there? Every life is important. Would you like to be amongst the 316,671 people who died? Would you like to be the one of the 671 that died? No. Every life is important. It is surprising to me that some of the groups of people who are clamoring for governments to reopen the place don't care about the lives of the 316,671 people who have died. And the untold more who will die. Yeah. But these same people, these same group of people who are clamoring, oh, what about the place? Let us get back to life. Get back to our activities. These are the same people who tell you, oh, we are pro-life. These are the same people who will bomb an abortion clinic and kill and maim the staff to save an undeveloped fetus in a mother who was raped. And sometimes the doctor will tell you, oh, this child is going to be deformed, totally dependent on the mother if it is brought to terms. Same people. So when I tell you that it's on you, I know what I'm talking about. Not everyone have your best interests at heart, and most of them have their own warped agenda. You have to adopt the best practices for survival. Social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands often, and do the hard task of avoiding touching your face. I touch mine hard, force of habit. So keep your hands clean, wear a mask, sanitize, wash, avoid crowds. No more large gatherings. I don't care how much of a Christian you are. No more packed churches for now. God don't like stupid, and God help those who help themselves. And just in case, my Christian brothers and sisters, you want to take issue, umbrage with my position, think I don't know what I'm talking about. Bible, Isaiah 26 verse 20 to 21 from the New International Version, and I quote, "Go, my people, enter your rooms and shut the doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while until his wrath has passed by." Verse 21, "See, the Lord is coming out of his dwelling to punish the people of the earth for their sins. The earth will disclose the blood shed on it. The earth will conceal its slain no longer." That's for my Christian friends. So the Bible talks about quarantine. And it makes you wonder what kind of message some pastors have been preaching to their flocks in these times of pestilence. Why you don't read the same Bible I read? Seriously? Next things, folks, stock up. The people who are called preppers, you know them. The ones who are always preaching that a time of trouble is coming when the grid will be down and there will be no phone service and no electricity, and that we should be ready to live off the land and defend our homes. Those people. Yeah. People used to laugh at us. Yeah, I'm one of them. Guess who's having the last laugh now? It is said that a lot of preppers have been making a killing selling masks, food, rations, and just about everything. You see, preppers were ready for this kind of situation. And you can be too. So don't wait until the next second wave or the third wave of corona hit. Don't wait until the next disease or the next disaster strike. I bet you never started 2021 dreaming that the world would have come to a standstill in just 2 months into the year by an enemy we cannot see. Not to the naked eye. Well, folks, the evidence is before you. Prepare yourselves for the next one. Stock up. Teach yourself and your kids. They are the next generation. Basic survival skill. I'm not talking about some of the crazy stuff. Just basic survival skills. Use every opportunity in your shopping to hoard stuff. And the basics that you're going to need to be hoarding at this point in time is things like tissue, mask, gloves, sanitizers, paper plates, and get a hard case, a box, and stock it. Tin foods, dry beans, stuff that can last, batteries, flashlights. Some stuff will expire, so you keep a check on them and use and replace. Now, a lot of YouTubers have posted videos. They are preppers, so they have posted videos online. Watch them and do what is practical for your family and your situation. The next thing I want to tell you is learn to cook. Right now, there is no eating out unless it is fast food, mostly fast food. Teach yourself the fine art of cooking. Take a class. Watch YouTube. Teach your kids to prepare their own meals. It's a great time for family bonding, because if you have not learned anything in these times, you should have learned by now. Family is all you have as refuge and solace. Start a business. Have different revenue streams. Now, I know a lot of businesses are hurting now and some will never come back. But if you play your cards right and you do research, you'll discover that in this new paradigm, there are some businesses that no matter what makes money, disaster or not. So do your research, be creative. The next thing is talk to God. Now, I know all of us are of different religious persuasion. Some people talk about Allah, some people is Buddha, some people worship the sun and the moon, and some people don't worship nothing at all. Whatever your deity is, we call our deity God. Talk to him. But I get back to that. Talk to people. Talk to people. God gave you a voice. Use it. I was reading the other day that the phone companies are almost overwhelmed with people using voice calls again. Huh? You're kidding, right? No. You see, you can only communicate so much in text. It is so impersonal and cold. So pick up the phone, people. Call each other. Say hello from the other side. Make someone's day. Call to check up on them. Don't text WhatsApp or hey or WYD. what you're doing, call, you know, use your voice before you lose it. And for those people who are still in the dating thing, pick up the phone, young man. Call the young lady on the other side of the phone. Hello. Introduce yourself. Talk to her. Young lady, call the gentleman. Talk to him on the phone. Children, call your mom and your dad and your grandparents. Call your neighbor. Don't text. Well, phone company says they are surprised. Call volumes have gone up. So talk to each other. Keep it up. Don't let after Corona is over, we go back to not talking to each other. Enjoy nature, folks. Go to a park. Go for a walk. Go fishing. Go to the beach. Make peace with nature and yourself. It's the best way to worship God. You see, God is in nature, and nature is God's creation. In the Bible, Jesus, in his darkest hour, went into the garden and prayed. Why don't you try to do the same? The other thing, folks, is accept that we are responsible for the planet. Each of us, the 7 billion plus almost 8 billion people that live on it, we are responsible for this planet. It's home. Let us lend our voices to the effort to stop global warming, deforestation, pollution, the destruction of the ozone layer, all of that. Lend your voice. Don't just sit around. I don't care. Well, you see what I don't care has brought us, yes? For those who claim that they don't care about politics, stop riding on the backs of those of us who have sense, yeah, and are civic minded. You must understand that we deserve the leaders that we pick. When it is time to vote, vote. Vote in the kind of politicians and leaders that have a heart, respects the environment, don't deny science, and above all else, have the kind of leadership abilities that when the time comes for them to be proactive, inspirational but firm, they can be. You know, think of leaders like Winston Churchill, Mohandas Gandhi from India. Churchill was in England. Nelson Mandela, South Africa. JFK, Ronald Reagan, Obama, those kind of leaders. Finally, I want to admonish us. Learn to live with ourselves. I know we are social creatures and we crave human contact and interaction. I'm not talking about sex or any such thing. We just like to be around people. I'm talking about living with yourself. That ability to survive for a while with just you. Take a shower. Enjoy the water. Let us run in, run out. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Look at you and enjoy God's finest handiwork. Prepare a meal. I don't mean like a peanut butter and a proper meal as if guests were coming with nice little wine or fruit drink or whatever. A meal for just you. Candlelight, soft music, just you. Enjoy the space that you have created and call home and all the little intricate things that you put in it that makes it livable. Enjoy. Just you. Watch your favorite show. Read a book. Don't have to be my 600-page book. Just read a book. Catch up on world events. You know, read a newspaper. Watch the news. Exercise by yourself. There are myriads of exercises that you can do at home. Learn to appreciate the sound of your own silence. Spend some alone time with God. Learn to appreciate your own silence and spend some alone time with God. Some of us go crazy when there's too much silence around. We cannot stand it. Part of the reason why social distancing was so difficult to accept is because we hate ourselves. We hate our partners. Divorce rates, I hear, is going to be going up. Some boyfriends have abandoned their girlfriends at a time like this, and girlfriends have abandoned their boyfriends, and all kind of crazy things have been taking place. We hate our partners. We hate our kids. I was talking to one of my neighbors. Daycare is full, and we suspect that parents not going to any work because there's no work. Everybody's supposed to quarantine at home, but they hate the kids. When is this going to be over so that we can send the kids back to school? We hate our kids, and yeah, sometimes our kids hate us too. And we hate the lives we live, and so therefore we need the crowd to validate us and to give us a sense of belonging and well-being. We have become so narcissistic as a people that we seek love in the wrong places, love amongst the crowd. You know, think of all the crazy young people on social media that sell their souls and disrespect their own bodies and belittle their self-worth so that they can get likes and false followers. Tell me something. At the end of the day, the crowd only laughs at you. They will cry with you, but they do not grieve with you. They don't understand your pain. You are just entertainment. Which of them will ride or die for you? Any other? After 300,000, 100,000, whatever it is. Look at the rich celebrities in their nice homes. They're not happy. Their home is a shell filled with nice things. Theaters, home theaters, game rooms, pools, private golf courses, or whatever it is. But it's not a home. It's not a home if you can't stand to be in it for a period of time to save your own life and the life of others. They're just expensive monuments, and you're a lost occupant in the halls of these citadels on the hills. 4,000 square feet, 12,000 square feet, 8 how many bedrooms? So learn to live with yourself and appreciate you. Only so you can appreciate others and empathize with them in these times of trouble. I want to close with this poem someone sent to me. I am yet to establish who is the author of it. But if you are listening, it is beautiful and timely. Please contact me so that I can post the appropriate credit and acknowledgements. And let me find that poem right here. It's called The Irony of Life. So suddenly, New York, the city that never sleeps, is now asleep. All quiet. Paris, the center of romance, lives in echoes. Rome, the eternal city, is deserted. Disney is out of magic. London is caged in silence. The Queen speaks to her people from a hidden room. Mecca is empty. Nobody to stone the devil. The Chinese wall is no longer a fortress. The G8 nations are speechless. And the developed world is suddenly on its knees. And it's a lengthy poem. I think I'm gonna try and post it in the comment section down below. You can read it, and if the author is listening, please feel free to contact me through this channel, and I will post the appropriate credits, as I said, and whatever it is. I know we had a long talk tonight, but we had serious matters to talk about. I hope you'll join me again next week, when we'll look at another interesting topic and just look at the world through my eyes. So thank you for listening, and until next time, this is the world through my eyes. Have a good night, and remember to click the like, click the subscribe, share with your friends. Come back next time. We have more things to talk about.